First of all, just a comment, if I can, about these many stories and speculation about intervention, whether it's the Swiss franc or the Japanese yen. Start with the Japanese yen. Is it going to happen or not?
I don't think so. Definitely not in a hurry. I think the reality is there's still a lot of demand for yen. Even this morning we've seen big-name Japanese exporters selling dollar yen at current levels. I think with the United States rates being low, as said for 2013, and the downgrade, I think all the natural flows will be to sell dollar yen, and I think any intervention at these levels will just be heavily sold into, and I actually think dollar yen can start trending down towards 70 as the year finishes off. But at that level there might be some intervention, but that's still a long way away.
And the intervention theme obviously carries into the Swiss franc. And in fact, there was even talk this week, against speculation, of joint intervention amongst the central banks buying into currency. But the Swiss franc, clearly the safe haven of choice. That we know, of course. But again, Adam, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm a little bit more optimistic on intervention working in the Swiss franc. I think a lot of the movement in that currency has been very much hot money that's flying around, looking for somewhere safe to go. I think dollar Swiss has fallen way too far too fast, and I think if the Swiss government comes in and does some intervention, I mean they were talking about having a tax on interest-bearing deposits, I think that could work very well.
It really is all attention on Ben Bernanke's comments and speech at Jackson Hole, but I do want to ask, I introduced you by saying the commodity currencies, the Aussie, the Kiwi, the Canadian. I mean, are these the currencies of choice right now to play in Asia? And of course Canada?
I think so. No, I do. I like them. I think, obviously they were sold off with risk aversion, and if you had a look at the financial crisis and you saw where Aussie went to, and the Kiwi as well, you can see a lot of people might come in and look for that same kind of move, but the fundamentals are way different than they were back then. I think, if I look at Australia, interest rates are high, commodities are still high, the economy is doing very, very well. There's no real reason to sell the Aussie, and it looks like a star shining in a sea of a lot of other bad-looking currencies. And the Kiwi's strong as well, and I like the CAD as well.
You're the head of the team. I mean, when you talk to your team and, of course, clients, I mean, how do you say, when they say, Adam, what do we do to position ourselves ahead of the Jackson Hole meeting? I mean, what do you do?
Well, I mean, I've been telling customers that I don't think there's going to be an outlandish statement on Friday. I think they're going to talk more just about keeping monetary policy as low as they possibly can. I don't think there's going to be a QE3. A lot of people I talk to in the market agree that if there was a QE3, it wouldn't even be that effective, so there's no point in doing it. The other thing we've been talking to customers is, when the dust settles, Asia is going to emerge strong, and we are calling on selling dollars against a lot of the Asian currencies, particular currencies like the Korean won. Dollar China still looks like it's going to go lower, and dollar Indonesia as well.
Okay. The top trade you can give us your thing. I know it's going to be Aussie related, so what are you going to go for?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go for Aussie Swiss because I think if I look at the two currency pairs independently, they're both pointing in the same direction. I think dollar against the Swiss is going to stay supported, a lot of it by position unwinding and intervention, and I like the Aussie dollar as well. So I think if you do the combination of Aussie against Swiss, you can see a very good move in the next 1 to 3 months.